Hello everyone, Neil here. This top 10 features a criteria of games that I have played and am familiar with. They are solely my opinion and based on my preference rather than mass appeal or sales. If you disagree with my ratings or have suggestions of a game I should play that you feel should have made the list, please comment. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen is a real-time strategy RPG hybrid. The storyline is fairly linear, good versus evil. The music is memorable but repetitive. The real quality of Ogre Battle comes from the combat and army creation. The possibilities are many and you'll need to be creative as you traverse through this unforgiving adventure. Ogre Battle also has many references to the tarot, which features a fun random number generator element to either empower you or royally screw you. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is a turn-based strategy game that features a storyline involving childhood dreams. You open a magical book and get swept away into a mystical land where combat, magic, and power are the norm. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance features an ideal combat system for its turn-based strategy. It dumbs down the realism and just makes it fun. The class customizations make creating your army something interesting and exciting. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance also had a feature that allowed you to battle a friend or do co-op missions. This is a feature not often seen in turn-based strategy games, and I would love to see it more often. Then I'll actually have to find some friends.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Fallout New Vegas is a game I find myself playing time and time again because of the many different choices and character styles you can make. You can be the hero everyone needs, or the mass murdering butcher that silently places explosives in people's pockets. No matter which path you take, in the end, you can't please everyone. That's what makes Fallout New Vegas feel more real. It's not a quest to thwart evil or stop the apocalypse. It's a guy or gal that got mixed up in some high-level conspiracy that does what he or she feels what's right, even if that is slaughtering hundreds and hundreds of innocent people. A game that boasts over 80 possible endings, Star Ocean: The Second Story features an incredible, non-linear storyline. If you're looking for replay value, this is your RPG. The party compositions, the professions, the storyline paths all feel infinite. The battle system feels smooth and fun. It allows you a classic RPG feel or an action RPG system if you feel like more precision interactivity. Don't cheat yourself with dozens of save files. Play all the way through and don't regret your decisions. When you beat the game, start over and try a different set of paths. You'll thank me later.
Burn! Burn! unexpectedly weak. Hey!
Final Fantasy IV, or 2 in America for the SNES, features your classic story of good versus evil. The main character, Cecil, starts his journey as a dark knight sent by his king to plunder towns and gather crystals. He quickly disapproves of this senseless killing and is cast out by the king. Cecil's journey is that of atonement and eventually justice. The story is wonderful. The musical score is a masterpiece. The characters, other than Cecil, forgettable. The gameplay is linear. This game got an incredibly sexy remake and even a sequel called The After Years. The remake featured a Final Fantasy IX style polished graphics and extra layers to the already great musical score. I highly recommend giving them all a playthrough. The game the world had been waiting for. Final Fantasy VII did not disappoint. Set in a modern-day techno-punk world, Final Fantasy VII features a cast of heroes and villains that are truly iconic. The twists and turns that the story takes you on makes you question every character's motives. The tragic journey of Sephiroth, the lead villain, constantly changes back and forth from a sympathy for the devil outlook to pure and utter chaos. Final Fantasy VII is the first 3D style of the franchise, featuring a 3-disc setup on the PlayStation, allowing for high-quality full-motion videos. The only thing that could have made the game better for its time was voice acting and replayability, although a Game Shark can provide many extra hours of fun. Who am I kidding? Nowadays, we are flooded with so many games that replayability often goes overlooked. I eagerly await the remake. I might even have to buy a PlayStation 4. Earthbound, or Mother 2 in Japan, takes a non-conventional approach to role-playing games by setting it in current day. Nothing medieval, steampunk, or futuristic here. Earthbound's charm comes from its humor. Many of the situations and dialogue provide a hearty chuckle. One of my favorite lines in the game comes from a theater patron. He simply says, "Hey, don't get too close. I just farted." The story revolves around Ness, the silent protagonist that is contacted by a beetle or bee or whatever called Buzz, who appeared from a meteor that crashed into Earth that warns of the coming war and apocalypse. This insect is a powerful companion that destroys many foes in a single hit. Alas, he is felled by a mere rolled-up newspaper. What a story! Also, the game can be played almost entirely with your left hand. Who doesn't appreciate them catering to the lazy? Mario's first and best step into the role-playing game genre, Super Mario RPG, effectively put Mario and a cast of cohorts into the Mushroom Kingdom in a 3D fashion, combining the elements of a standard Final Fantasy game with the greatness of vintage and then current Mario. The story seems campy but fitting for the Mario universe. You start by rescuing the princess from Bowser, again. After the rescue, which takes all of 5 minutes, the real story begins with what looks like a giant sword falling from the sky directly into Bowser's Keep. The sword causes all kinds of havoc. Super Mario RPG employs timed hits, which allows for extra damage or defense during battle. This would later be used in Final Fantasy VIII. Timed hits adds a new dimension of interactability to the game that just feels fun. The only real downside to Super Mario RPG is the lack of replay value. Chrono Trigger is an incredibly interesting and fun game. It features a story revolving around time travel and the apocalypse. Because time travel is the central theme to the game, you get to enjoy various timelines and eras. We're talking Stone Age, Ice Age, Medieval, Present Day, Distant Future, and so on. The time travel element tackles the paradox in a manner you would hope it would. Any significant events that happen in the past directly affect future timelines. This makes for an interesting dynamic to side quests. Chrono Trigger also introduced the New Game Plus feature. This added replayability along with its already 13 plus endings. I haven't played a game since that does the New Game Plus quite like it. Who doesn't like carrying over your godlike strength to one-shot level 3 bosses? Tecmo's Deception has a storyline involving revenge and pure evil. It was the first game I had played where you are the bad guy. You're so bad that you're literally trying to resurrect Satan himself. The corny dialogue and the repetitive gameplay unfortunately causes Deception to miss the top 10, but it is definitely worth mentioning due to its pioneering nature of protagonist role reversal. This is a masterpiece. Using every bit of the hardware that the SNES offers, Final Fantasy VI, or 3 in the US, is second only to Chrono Trigger in its innovation as an RPG with the SNES. The game's roster features 14 playable characters, 15 if you count the short spat with General Leo. Every single character has a fleshed out story, unique attributes, personality, and importance on the storyline. And by the end of the game, you can choose to finish with all of them, 4 of them, and any number in between, each slightly affecting the ending. The story features a Star Wars-like conflict involving rebels and an evil empire. Just when you think the worst is over in what feels like a short but epic story, the story shifts into an apocalyptic situation. Each character has their own struggle, many of which deal with self-identification. It's a constant look in the mirror, and chaos is all around. The main villain is not your standard all-powerful ancient being. He is a stooge, consumed by his own psychotic nature, and gains godlike power. He is the epitome of chaotic evil. The musical score is, in my opinion, the best in all of gaming. Even considering the limitations of the 16-bit hardware, Nobuo Uematsu was able to masterfully create symphonic melodies. The gameplay is just fun, easy to pick up, endless customizations, smooth controls, ability to run challenges, or just grind to godly status. This game has it all. Where's my remake, Square Enix?